Well, how are we doing? It's man cave time again. Well, it's been man cave time for quite some time. It's been a while since I've been able to get around to doing any editing. Things get in the way from time to time. Life gets in the way. All sorts of things have been going on. Family wedding. Trip to Belgium, to Spa-Francorchamps for the 24-hour race. Hence the hat. All these things just get in the way, and any ideas I might have had to put a video out every week, they've sort of gone by the by for now, but I'll do what I can. I'll put a video out when I can. What I'm babbling on about is this is the next one. We're still in Northumberland, and this one it's Hadrian's Wall, basically, with a little bit of time spent in what purports to be one of two centre of Britain locations. Haltwhistle. It's a lovely place, it's Haltwhistle. It's a great little township, and right in the shadow of Hadrian's Wall. So have a look at this one. I've included as much as I can in the time that's available. I've come to realise that there's YouTube business. You know, you can go on the sort of the background, if you like, and you can check how long people are watching for. Bear in mind, my videos tend to be around half an hour. Average watch time 10 minutes. So I'm still making my videos too long. Statistics was the word I was looking for. The YouTube statistics per channel, if you like. But anyway, I'm going to try and keep them a little bit shorter at least. But yeah, see what you think of this one. Like I say, it's Haltwhistle and a little run back along Hadrian's Wall with a little bit of one or two close views of Hadrian's Wall, or the Roman Wall as some call it. So see what you think. Anyway, thanks for clicking on and having a look at my channel. But if you could give us a thumbs up and subscribe as well, of course. And again, I get loads of comments. I'm getting more comments all the time, and it's always nice to see comments, and it's always nice to reply to them. I have missed out a couple. I don't know, YouTube don't always tell me when I've got comments waiting for me, but I do get to them eventually. Okay, well, thanks again anyway. Cheers. Bye.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Well, morning, folks. I have to leave the Dunes Hotel again. Going to be leaving Newcastle this morning, heading off across a short way west. Gonna go and have a look at Hadrian's Wall. Now, the owner of the hotel this morning has mentioned to me there's a band on tonight across here that covers my sort of rock music, and the pub they're playing at is called the Fat Ox. There's bound to be people watching this who used to watch the Likely Lads. It's there. Was their favourite pub was the Fat Ox, so the Fat Ox exists. So anyway, I'll switch off for now because we've just got a bit of urban traffic to contend with, and I'll switch back on when we get across there. I've just switched on again because as we leave Newcastle, this is a taste of what's to come. This stonework on the left hand side here, this is part of the original Roman wall. When the Roman wall stretched from just outside Newcastle behind us right the way across to the west to the other side of Carlisle, and at each end there's precious little of the wall left, mainly because, well, when you're building a new village or a new town or a city, and there's plenty in the way of dressed stone to go for, what's the point of digging more out of the ground? Just use what's readily available, and it is beautifully dressed stone, as we'll see a little bit later on. Little bit more on the left here, a little bit closer to us this time. This is all part of the Roman wall here. Well, now I've shown you that, I'll switch off and I'll see you again in a short while. Welcome back. Now, as if by magic, we've found ourselves in the Northumberland town of Haltwhistle. Well, it's a village really. Haltwhistle. Oh, that's been a bit serious. Working Men's Club gone. Yes, Haltwhistle is claims to be the centre, the geographical centre of Great Britain. Now, it's not the only place that has that claim. The other one is Dunsop Bridge down in the Forest of Bowland. It's a lovely little place, is this. I'm just going to pull in just for a few seconds. But this is the land of the Reivers, the border Reivers. The Scottish border's not too far away, up to our right. And back in the 17th, 18th centuries, there were raiding parties that came across both directions, but from Scotland into England and from England into Scotland, raiding mainly farms either side, claiming to be raiding or working on behalf of their country. They were just criminals, they were just thieves, rogues, murderers on occasions. But a lot of the houses that were built around that time, certainly in this area, they became known as bastles. Castle spelt with a B, if you like. It's a word that was taken from, or understood to be taken from, the French word Bastille, which is a castle. So I suppose you could say, yes, an Englishman's home is his castle. One of the most common names of the Reivers was Armstrong, in actual fact. Really pleasant little place is Haltwhistle. And this beautiful little station, Haltwhistle Station. It's always struck me as being a bit special, as this one. So I'll just get a photograph. I'll be back in a few seconds. Photo obtained. So let's go and find the military road, shall we? What a lovely little road. A real rider's road is this one. Fantastic views, and in front of us, you probably can't see it on the camera. There's a ridge in the middle distance, and this has the wall travelling across it. In this middle section, the wall is still intact in a lot of cases. We'll have a quick look at a little piece of the wall. Some of it is in a really spectacular situation. You see these outcrops of rock, and the wall in so many cases just runs along the top of it. This road we're on at the minute, this is the military road, and like the wall, it's almost, in places it's absolutely as straight as a die. What do we know about Roman roads? They tend to be dead straight, but this isn't Roman. This dates back to the 18th century, and it's connected with my work over in Scotland, I suppose, really. When Bonnie Prince Charles Edward Stuart came down, intended to go down to London to take over the throne of both England and Scotland, he turned back at Derby for whatever reason, and the redcoats, the English army, chased him. Just look how straight this is in front of us. It's fantastic. But the English army tried to head him off, but Charlie and his men, they wandered about a lot. They got straight over the border. They didn't use the roads. They got straight over the border into Scotland, and the English army just couldn't catch him. So it was decided that should anything like this happen again, we have to have a road running from one side of the country to the other, and this was what they built. It was one of the many roads built by General George Wade, to give ready access from one side of the country to the redcoats, should Charlie come back down again to have another go at claiming his throne. So yes, the military road, not a Roman road, but a road built by the redcoats. Now this is an interesting, it's not really a village, it's an area. Twice Brewed. It's twice Brewed and once Brewed. Where did this name come from? Who knows? I've asked the guides at the visitor centres. The only answer they can come up with is that it's to do with the tea and the beer that was being drunk by the navvies, if you like, the labourers that were building the road. They didn't like the tea because it was too strong. We only like our tea brewed once, and the beer was too weak, so they'd take it away and brew it again. Brew it twice. Once brewed and twice brewed. Who knows? Certainly I don't. Now we're just going to nip up excuse me. A little car park up here. We can stop just briefly. Actually on the wall. The steel rig, this is known as. You can see the wall coming down off the escarpment up to the right. Really enjoying this. It's the first time I've been able to get across here on a bike. I've been up here with a coach many times, giving my passengers the opportunity to actually get off the coach and touch the Roman wall. There we are. This is it on our right. Photo time. So what we're looking at here, this here, just over the wall, this is the Roman wall. This is the stone that was laid by the Romans from east to west, right the way across England. Not so much to keep the Scots out, but to control access to Scotland. The Romans did get up into Scotland, as well as Hadrian's Wall. Up in the central belt, Stirling, across that way there was the Antonine Wall. There's very little left of that. There's just the depressions where the ditches were either side. But this is Hadrian's Wall we're looking at here. Quick photograph. What a day for it. Photos taken, so we'll head a little bit further east. The wall itself dates back to 122 AD, and there is a bus route. See the people walking up alongside the wall. There is a bus route that follows the line of the wall along the military road, and the service number is 122, by design of course. And there is of course the famous Sycamore Gap up to our left. Sycamore Gap. It was subject to a bit of artistic license when Kevin Costner, the Robin Hood film with Kevin Costner as Robin Hood, when he was making his way back up to Nottingham, having crossed the English Channel, he passed that tree over to the left there, the sycamore. So yeah, he must have taken a strange route to get from the English Channel to Nottingham via the Roman Wall. Now just across on the left, we should get a view of it in a few seconds, is one of those villages I was talking about. It's actually a fort, a fortified village. This is Housesteads. I will pause at the side of the road just to get a view of it. Hopefully the camera's picking it up, but it's on the ridge over there. You can see the farmhouse, and then to the right is is quite a bit left of Housesteads Roman fort. There's an entrance fee to get in there, but we don't have time to take a walk up there anyway, to be honest. But all the buildings, all the foundations of the buildings are there, and there are little notices to say what the buildings were when they were in use. So that's Housesteads Roman fort. And that's the visitor centre for it on the left there. Along this section we're pretty much on top of the wall itself. You can see the ditches. There's a ditch on that side, the ditch on this side. The ditch is added to the height of the wall. Made it more of an obstacle to cross. You can see the ditch on the right hand side just here. There's some absolutely fantastic vantage points across here, down into England and to the left, up over the border into Scotland. Here's a service bus, I think. AD122 service. Yeah. Now there's a couple of sections of the wall on the left hand side of the road, and although we're not going to stop, you can see quite clearly just how square cut the pieces of stones were that the Romans built with. Very, very finely cut into very neat squares, very neat cubes. Over here on the left. Remains of a turret there. As well as the mile castles, there were turrets as well. So the soldiers got viewpoints from the top of the wall. we're coming down to a place called Chollerford, and the George Hotel at Chollerford was one of my hotels. Well, not one of my hotels, it was a hotel that I used to work out of. The company I worked for owned hotels all over Britain, and the George at Chollerford was one of them. Stables, fantastic stable block. There's another remains of another fort down on the right hand side, out of sight, Chester's Roman fort, down to the right. I used to take a walk across here from the hotel of an evening to go and have a look at the fort. Jesus, flipping at these houses weren't here last time I worked up here. Whew, weren't even started. Never mind. So yes, the George Hotel. I'll just have a run onto the yard just for old time's sake. That's where I used to park the coach. I'm glad I'm retired, but I do miss the job. But the job gave me so much knowledge, if you like, which has stood me in good stead for this little lot. Right, I've got to switch off for a few miles. We're heading up to Kielder Water and Kielder Forest. So I'll see you in a short while.